The world watched as Beijing played host to a pivotal meeting on March 14, 2025. High-ranking officials from China, Russia, and Iran gathered to discuss the increasingly fraught Iranian nuclear issue. The meeting signaled a clear shift in the geopolitical landscape. It represented a united front against what these nations perceive as Western and particularly American hegemony. Representing China was Foreign Minister Wang Yi, a seasoned diplomat known for his measured approach. Russia sent Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov, a key figure in their diplomatic corps. Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Kazem Garibabadi brought Tehran's perspective to the table. The meeting's primary message was one of unity and a rejection of unilateral pressure. China's Vice Foreign Minister Ma Zhaoshu articulated the group's stance forcefully. He criticized the use of sanctions, pressure tactics, and threats of force. Instead, he advocated for addressing the root causes of the nuclear standoff. Dialogue and mutual respect were emphasized as the path forward. A joint statement issued after the meeting cemented this position. It called for a return to diplomacy. The statement signaled a desire to move beyond the current impasse. This meeting served as a powerful symbol of a changing world order. It is a world where the West's dominance is no longer absolute. Foreign Minister Wang Yi presented a concrete proposal for resolving the Iranian nuclear issue. His five-point plan offers a roadmap for de-escalation and a return to a rules-based order. It reflects China's growing influence on the world stage. The first point calls for an end to all sanctions against Iran. This is seen as a crucial step in building trust and creating a conducive environment for negotiations. The second point urges the resumption of multinational talks. These talks would involve all relevant stakeholders. Thirdly, the plan calls for using the 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA, as the foundation for future negotiations. This signals a desire to return to a previously agreed-upon framework. Fourth, China proposes addressing the concerns of all parties. This implies a need for compromise and flexibility on all sides. Finally, the plan emphasizes the importance of upholding the international nuclear non-proliferation regime. This underscores China's commitment to a world free of nuclear weapons. The five-point plan is a significant development in the ongoing nuclear drama. It offers a potential way out of the current deadlock. The United States, under President Trump's second term, has cast a long shadow over the Iranian nuclear issue. The Trump administration's withdrawal from the JCPOA in 2017 marked a turning point. It signaled a more confrontational approach towards Iran. The subsequent maximum pressure strategy, characterized by sweeping sanctions, has had a devastating impact on the Iranian economy. However, it has failed to achieve its stated objective of bringing Iran back to the negotiating table on Washington's terms. The U.S. position remains complex and seemingly contradictory. President Trump has expressed a preference for a new deal with Iran. He has even gone so far as to send a personal letter to Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei proposing talks. Yet he has also repeatedly threatened military action as a potential alternative. The U.S. is expected to resist China's five-point plan. Washington views the 2015 JCPOA as insufficiently restrictive. The Biden administration has signaled a willingness to return to the JCPOA. However, it insists that Iran must first come back into compliance with the deal's terms. Section 4. Tehran's stance, distrust and defiance on the world stage. The Iranian leadership, both under the Supreme Leader and President Masoud Pezeshkian, has publicly rejected any negotiations with the United States. Years of sanctions and what Tehran perceives as broken promises have sown deep distrust. Iran maintains that its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes only. However, internal factions within Iran are divided on the issue of negotiations. Hardliners remain deeply suspicious of the U.S., while more moderate voices see dialogue as the only way out of the current impasse. The U.S. withdrawal from the JCPOA and the reimposition of sanctions have strengthened the hand of the hardliners. Iran's response to the U.S. maximum pressure campaign has been one of defiance. Tehran has gradually reduced its commitments under the JCPOA, enriching uranium to levels closer to weapons grade. This has raised alarm bells across the international community. Section 5. The clock is ticking. Iran's nuclear advance and global fears. Iran's progress towards nuclear capabilities has become a source of acute international concern. The International Atomic Energy Agency, or IEA, has reported that Iran is closer than ever to producing a nuclear bomb. The enrichment of uranium to near weapons-grade levels, far exceeding the limits set by the 2015 deal, is particularly worrisome. The IAEA has also expressed serious concerns about Iran's increased production and accumulation of highly enriched uranium. The agency can no longer fully verify Iran's nuclear activities due to the removal of surveillance equipment. Experts estimate that Iran could produce enough fissile material for a weapon in a matter of weeks. Weaponization itself would likely take several months to a year. The international community is grappling with how to respond to Iran's nuclear advances. The UK, France and Germany are considering triggering snapback UN sanctions before the JCPOA expires in October 2025. A closed-door UN Security Council meeting to discuss Iran's nuclear program drew sharp criticism from Tehran. The stakes are incredibly high and the window for diplomacy may be closing rapidly. Section 6. A partnership forged in steel. China, Russia, and the Iranian question. China and Russia have emerged as staunch defenders of Iran in the face of mounting Western pressure. This burgeoning trilateral partnership is rooted in shared geopolitical interests and a common desire to challenge U.S. dominance. China sees itself as a key player in resolving the Iranian nuclear issue. Beijing's involvement reflects concerns about regional instability. The potential for conflict in the Middle East would have significant implications for China's energy security and economic interests. Russia, too, has deepened its cooperation with Iran in recent years. This includes increased military support and offers to mediate between Washington and Tehran. The trilateral meeting in Beijing is the most visible manifestation of this growing partnership. It signals a shift towards a multipolar world order where power is more diffuse and non-Western actors play a more assertive role. Section 7. Beyond the nuclear threshold, a new world order takes shape. The Iranian nuclear issue is not merely a regional concern, it has become a focal point in the broader geopolitical realignment taking place on the world stage. The escalating tensions between the US and its Western allies on one hand, and China, Russia and Iran on the other, have implications that extend far beyond the realm of nuclear proliferation. The US withdrawal from the JCPOA and its maximum pressure campaign have been widely seen as counterproductive. They have pushed Iran closer to China and Russia, while undermining America's credibility as a diplomatic actor. The world is increasingly divided between those who support the US-led order and those who seek to revise it. The Iranian nuclear issue is just one of many battlegrounds in this larger struggle.